Well, to begin there, guys, Brian, the Third Topics Gamer here to bring you another episode of my weekly Q&A show, Top People's Questions, where I answer a number of questions that have been sent to me over the past week. This episode's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. We did get a series of questions that I will be answering in the video, as well as a number of questions that have been answered in the comment section. So, you pay attention to the video, or unless you haven't, already had your questions answered in the comment section, then you know what's up. And I think at the end of this video, I'm going to try something a little bit different, just as an experimental test, just to see how it works. But we'll get to that at the end of the video. Let's start off with the first question, coming from Daniel Villegas. And he wanted to know, well, actually, your question was a little bit oddly worded, but I think I understood what you were trying to say, so I just reworded it for you. And basically, you want to know, would I change any of my verdicts from my very first season of Wonderverse series? No. Looking back at all those verdicts, they pretty much all stand. I think the only thing I probably would have changed nowadays, if I was given a chance, is I probably would have made sure to have a much better mic. I've been thinking about maybe redoing the audio for those videos and just re-uploading them with just better audio, because I still have the scripts for those videos. And I think in some departments I would have gone into a little bit more detail, but that really was the first season, so in terms of breaking down in quality, I don't expect much. But in terms of the actual verdicts themselves, no, I think I pretty much got the gist of the points I was trying to get across. I think they are at least explained well enough for the time being. So no, I think the verdicts stand. Next question comes from Shadow Desis Gaming, and you want to know, does Yamato from Dragon Ball Super remind me of Loki from the MCU? Not really. I think I can understand where you're coming from, because I think that both Yamato and Loki have a superiority complex, but with Loki, I don't think it's nearly as extreme as Yamato's. I think at times Loki is very much fine with just being who he is, and that doesn't really last all that long. I think that lasts for like one film, and that's the Avengers. After that, I never got that feeling that he, wanted to be ruler of everything. And I never got that feeling, because after getting smacked ragdolled by Hulk, I think it opened his eyes to the much wider world. So no, I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think Loki is nearly as extreme as Yamato. Next question comes from that guy, and this is an odd question, but you want to know, if I was put in the Star Wars universe and I was Force sensitive, would I want to be a Jedi, Sith, or Grey Jedi? Well, okay, number one, if I was Force sensitive, I would not want to be anything. I would not want to be a Jedi. I would not want to be a Sith. I would not want to be a Grey Jedi. I would probably go to the Jedi Temple and I would ask Grandmaster Yoda or whoever is there to perform I would ask them to perform Force Sever on me. I would want them to strip away my ability to use the Force. Being a Jedi or Sith or Grey Jedi, that's not fun. It sucks being in that department. If you're a Jedi, you have so many rules, and there's so many things you can't do, and you're always following orders, and you don't even really have a place to live. And you're going from one planet to another, and you have to worry about all these disputes. It depends on which era we're talking about, but I'm just assuming you're talking about before Order 66 happens. And if I was a Jedi, I'm going to be at the temple, and Order 66 happens, well, I'm just screwed, so I'm dead. And if I'm a Sith, well, being a Sith is no fun, because basically you're always having to look behind your shoulder, because everyone around you is trying to kill you. Your masters are trying to kill you. Your apprentices are trying to kill you. Your allies are trying to kill you, because that is the nature of the Sith. As Shakti famously said in The Force Unleashed 1, the Sith always betray one another. At no point in their entire history have the Sith ever had any real sense of teamwork. Even when they are working together, they're secretly plotting a way to kill their allies so that they can take the top position. But I don't want the top position, and so I wouldn't want to be a Sith. And as a Grey Jedi, I would just be lazy. Heck, if I don't have to follow the rules of the Jedi and the Sith, then I would just not want to get involved with anybody. But the problem is that because I am a Force sensitive, either the Jedi or the Sith are going to see me as a threat. And so they have this mentality of, well, if you don't join us, we're just going to kill you. So by not being a Force sensitive and not being a Jedi or a Sith, I remove myself from all these problems that they have to deal with. So no, if I was a Force sensitive, I would not want to be any one of these. I would ask them to take away my ability to be to sense the Force at all. And I know that there are several Jedi that can do that. And the last question of the episode comes from Renan Fernando, and you want to know, do I think there's a good chance that Mundus will return as the main antagonist if there's a Devil May Cry 6? Hell no. Here's the problem with that idea. Mundus has no connection to Nero. What is the point? What is the point of Mundus coming back? I mean, his story pretty much ended in the first Devil May Cry. I mean, Mundus is responsible for capturing Sparta and killing Dante and Virgil's mother. But Dante had already defeated him. So, what purpose does Nero have to go against him? I mean, if you're going to have an antagonist, he needs to have some kind of personal connection to your hero. And Mundus has no personal connection to Nero whatsoever. So, no. I mean, if there is a Devil May Cry 6, you're better off just creating some sort of random antagonist. But no, I do not think Mundus is a good fit for the main antagonist if there is Devil May Cry 6, especially since I have a feeling moving forward we're not going to use Dante and Virgil anymore. I think we're done with them. We don't need to bring them back anymore. They're done. Let's move on with Nero until the next reboot happens. And with that, those are the questions that were sent to me, technically the 4 questions that I thought that were suitable for the video. So I want to thank the 4 of you for sending them in. And moving forward, or not really technically permanently, but just for the next particular episode, I've been doing this style of people's questions for, as you know, 376 episodes. But for the next episode, I just want to test something a little bit different. I'm going to give you guys a chance to choose how you want your questions to be answered, whether you want them done in a video style, or if you just want them in the comments down below. So, if you want your questions answered in the comments down below, just comment down below and I will be sure to answer them pretty much as quickly as you post them. So maybe, it might not be immediate, but it'll probably be that same day. However, if you would like your questions answered in a video, then I would recommend that you go to my Twitter feed, which I will leave a link to my personal Twitter down below, and you send me a tweet or a message privately. The reason I want to try it this way is I just want to see how many of you would actually be willing to take the extra step to make sure your question gets into the next video. And I want to kind of keep it a little bit private this time around. I mean, as much as I appreciate people answering questions for me, which is, that's fun, I feel that if that's done too often, that's going to remove a lot of questions. And so we may end up eventually getting to a point where someone has managed to answer every single question that people have sent to me, because as I continue to do these videos and as much as the channel keeps going, some of you will get to know me pretty well and you know what my answers will be. And that almost happened in one episode not too long ago, where someone was able to answer basically all but one question. So to keep it private, send your questions to me to Twitter in any capacity, whether in a tweet or in a message privately, if you want me to answer them in the video. But if you want me to answer them in the comments down below, then you just simply type your answer question in the comment down below and I will be sure to answer them hopefully very, very quickly, because I know all the comments are instantly notified to me, so I can answer them right away, especially with the use of my phone, because I always get messages whenever I get a new comment in just about any video. So with that said, I would like to thank all of you guys that hopefully are watching this video, and I wish all the luck to all of you guys, depending on how you want your questions to be answered in the next episode. So we'll see what happens. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.